Welcome back. Let's finish off our discussion of the Speech 2 assignment instructions with the final three stages of speechcraft. The third stage of speechcraft you see here is style, deals with word choice, kind of editing your message at the level of words and sentence structure. And I'm not going to elaborate too much on these right now because there's an upcoming video that's going to dig deeper into all of these. But I would just say that I'm characterizing the style of an informative speech as an informative style. And an informative style is formal, it is audience centered. You're thinking about how can I craft this in a way that my audience will understand. It's clear and concise. It is, going backwards, uses vivid and concrete language. It relates familiar ideas, old ideas, to new ideas. It personalizes the information by relating it to our lives as speakers or to our audience's lives. It connects to the audience. It replaces and defines jargon or technical terms. And it simplifies and visualizes numerical data. And finally, it uses oral citation of its sources. And there'll be a video specifically about oral citation of sources that you will see in an upcoming module. Oral citation of sources, just speaking to the audience where your information is coming from every time you're using that information. So these elements combine to make up what we would call an informative style of communication, and a future video will dig much deeper into all of these. Let's move to the fourth stage, developing our memory. We're going to do that through rehearsal, repetition. You're going to practice, and you should start saying your speech out loud early in the process. Remember, we're using extemporaneous delivery, which means we can be guided by our note cards, prompted by our note cards, but not carried by our note cards, right? We're looking down, being prompted, looking up, and speaking to the audience from memory. You can use four, twice as many as last time, 3x5-inch note cards, same size as you were allowed last time. And you can use a note card template. There in the modules upcoming, there's a note card template that gives you some guidelines for crafting your note cards and shows you about what it can look like. Also check out the prompt and rubric for the requirements for the note cards for speech 2. They're different than speech number 1. If you do use the note card template, you would use a printer, print it out, cut the piece of paper, and glue it or tape it to your note cards. Or you could just be inspired by the note card template and do it with handwriting, but I just ask that you use clear, big, legible, neat handwriting. And of course, to develop your memory, you need to practice. And finally, delivery. It's going to be pretty much the same concerns as we had last time, and you can look at the rubric for this speech. Verbal and nonverbal things that I'm looking for include volume, rate, pauses, articulation, vocal variety. For the nonverbal elements, movement, gesture, and eye contact. For my online students who are making a recording, you will still be stationary in one spot. For my face-to-face students or students who will be giving this speech, I think if you're like in the hybrid class, in a classroom, then you're going to have to walk to different positions of the room. And we've likely talked about that in class. But otherwise, everything else is the same. And yeah, again, just if you're an online student recording your speech, you'll stay stationary. You'll move your body so that you're taking your eye contact to different parts of the room, but you're not going to walk at all during the speech. All right, so that concludes our discussion of the Speech 2 assignment instructions. Make sure you closely read that prompt and take any questions you have to the Common Course discussion board.